Okay. You guys should be able to hear me. So I'm just gonna keep talking. Can you guys still hear me when I said, can you guys still hear me? Please tell me that you can still hear me right now. Yes? Oh, praise Jeebus, we might have fixed the audio problems. Okay, then the... Oh yeah, no, we fixed it. Okay. Oh, we fixed it. Praise Jeebus. Praise. Jeebus, it worked. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm gonna get the next run ready to go. Thank you. Okay, everyone, we are ready to get started. Sorry for the long delay, task plus music, but I believe that we actually have the audio fit, so it should not randomly cut out anymore. So I'm going to introduce Sunbrojade and rubiehart.
Hello.
You guys are good to go.
Oh, awesome! We're starting right now. Hello, hi. My name's rubiehart. I use they, she pronouns, and I am a speedrunner of a few games, with Shadow of the Colossus being my primary.
Hi. My name is Sunbrojade, or you can just call me Jade. I am a speedrunner of Shadow of the Colossus, mostly, but also delving into other speedruns. This is my very first game that I've ever speedrun, so that's pretty cool. Somebody on the other side of the screen here has inspired me to do so. And it's very cool that I get to race them today.
Wait, who, me?
Yeah, who you?
Oh, shucks! Yeah, and we both have been part of the same community for a while, and it's been amazing, like, racing you casually. I'm really excited to do it for a marathon, especially this one. Abortion access and just people with uteruses, like, having rights is really important to me, so I'm really glad that we get to race in this marathon.
Yeah.
So for those of you at home, Shadow of the Colossus is a game that was originally released for PS2, then later came out for the PS3, and this version that we're playing and racing today is the full ground-up remake with new graphics that came out in 2018 for the PS4. So we're going to be racing the category where we start with a brand new, fresh, any % normal file and go all the way through the game. So whenever you're ready, let me know what I can, like, do you want to do the countdown? Should I do the countdown?
You can do the countdown.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm on the normal screen.
Amazing. Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Go! I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I can also hear my kitten in the background.
Oh god, I hear her too. Oh no, poor Onyx.
So my kitten is very young, and she is still at the phase where, like, wires are very entertaining to her, and she was just trying to gnaw through the wires for, you know, my microphone and controller nonstop before this. So she is in the other room right now and does not like it. But good luck.
Good luck to you too. Angry kitten, no.
The angry kitty. So for those of you at home, if you're not familiar with the game, the basic setup plot-wise is you play as this main character, Wander, and he brings with him a dead girl named Mono, and says, hey, she's dead, can you bring her back to life, to a being here known as the Doorman that can control the souls of the dead. The Doorman does agree, but says that in order to help you, you do need to slay 16 colossi that are scattered all across the landscape. So as we go through, there aren't grunts, there aren't extra fights or anything like that. It is just the 16 colossus fights. So they are all very either AI manip specific or oh god, like physics manipulation and abuse specific. So that's what you're going to be seeing.
Oh yes, lots of physics manipulation, especially that third one.
Oh yeah, the 3rd and the 9th are probably 3rd, 9th, 15th, I guess, are 3 of the biggest examples of the physics manip. Do you want to talk about this particular fight while we go up?
Sure. Yep. So we have just passed Cliff Percent, and we're on to our first Colossus Valus, and this one has very interesting strat in where you actually are moving during a cutscene. So we initiate the cutscene by hitting Valus's leg twice, and then move during this cutscene to get towards his face. So that way we can jump directly to his head and avoid all that.
Camera angle in this.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And then, yeah, avoid the jumping up the scaffolding up his butt and back, and then now Valus is down.
Yeah, GG.
Thank you. Also, you can't really see Wander during that cutscene, so it's very, very difficult to maneuver. You gotta basically do it by feel and practice. And after you initiate the first cutscene, if you go to do it again, the cutscene doesn't play, so it's much easier to get to his head.
Okay, Valis down. So I'm probably like 30 seconds behind you is my guess. I just so I did the thing where I hit the ankle, but instead of going to the left so I could perfectly see Wander do the forward swing, it went to the right, so it was just immediately on like his leg and butt. So I could not see anything of my angle and completely lost track. It's okay, he's down now, that's what matters. But
exactly. Yep. That camera angle can really mess you up bad in this one. Camera angles are very, very important in this.
Oh yeah, and something that Ueda Games. So this game was developed by Team Eco and Gen Design. So Fumito Ueda is kind of the genius behind Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, and then The Last Guardian. And all of his games are notorious for the camera being your worst enemy in speedruns. We're really having to get comfortable with it. This one is at least a little bit more malleable than Eco, which Jade and I also run.
Oh my goodness, yes. So yeah, going through doorways or just changing a position in a room can whip the camera back and forth, and it changes your inputs. So Eco likes to almost fall off of everything. Is basically a secondary title of that game. Eco almost falls off everything.
Yep, basically. And this one, at least, like, it allows you to swing the camera around Wander a lot more fluidly, which is really nice. But they also wanted the game to be really cinematic, so the camera will often, if you're not controlling it, sweep in different directions on its own. So a lot of the run is like getting to know when that happens, so you can make sure that it doesn't do that. And okay, so this Colossus that we're coming up on now, and Jade is now activating already, is Quadratus, so number 2. The main strat that we're going to be using here is there is a part of the cliffside we can jump to, and if we jump to the right position, we'll be able to activate the cutscene of the Colossus spawning while we're mid-air over the Colossus and can jump directly onto his back. Then from there, there are certain positions you can grab on each Colossus called a plant. And basically what those positions allow you to do is stab the weak spots. Oh god, I might be... Oh no, okay, mine's a moving plant. But I still got it. So if you notice that I'm grabbing Quad, and no matter how much he's shaking, he's not actually knocking me out of position. With a lot of these sigils, the reason that they're so difficult to hit is because... No? Oh, come on! I did the cancel!
Oh no.
Okay, she was shaking a little extra, but we're okay. But in those positions with the plants, no matter how much the Colossus moves, they won't be able to shake you out of it, with a few very rare exceptions, like if the Colossus moves fully upside down. So there are some Colossi where, in order to hit the sigil, Quad down by the way, it is really important for you to hit that plant position. So I did that on the head, all was good. Then on the butt, for this particular Colossus and a few others that we'll have coming up, there's a strat we use called cycle stabs, where essentially you can quickly let go and re-grab a particular part of a Colossus if you are on an incline. So the butt sigil was on one of those inclines, and if you quickly let go and re-grab while moving, it actually cancels the animation of Wander like very slowly having to pull out his sword. So that's Quad, and we're now headed towards Space Jam with Gaius, which is one of the hardest strats in the game.
Yep. This is where that lovely physics manipulation kicks in. So, Yep.
Yeah, the nice thing is, like, so if we were doing boss rush or something like that, the only way that you can really recover here is if you miss that strat, you just hit the retry button. In any percent, you don't get that mercy. So if one of us misses this trick, which is again one of the hardest physics manips in the game, then we'll probably have to go with like a backup strat, or if we try and go for the same thing, the way that Gaius moves will be different, so it still won't be quite as smooth as like a first attempt.
Yeah, no. Depending on where he hits the where he hits the ground will change like the angle of his sword and how you run up and how you initiate the launch. Everything is just it has to be very precise to in which you're comfortable initiating the launch, and it has to change. So you have to be change things on the fly sometimes.
Yeah, and to break down kind of what we're talking about with this launch, so the strat itself is called Gaia's Launch or the Space Jam, and this particular Colossus we're headed towards is honestly really iconic. He's the one that's used on the PlayStation 4 cover art, and a lot of fan art for this game will feature this Colossus because he has a huge sword affixed to one of his arms. So normally what the game wants you to do is there's like a big metal plate in the center of his arena, and his armor is super brittle. So if you get him to hit that center disc with the sword, that will cause his armor to break, and then you can climb all the way up his fur to the top of his head. But with the launch, what we can do is essentially with a series of 3 perfectly timed jumps while standing on the bottom of his sword, you can actually use the momentum of him swinging it upwards to your advantage and launch Wander through the air directly towards his face. It looks real cool, and I hope that at least one of us gets it so we can show it off.
Yes, it is a bunch of fun.
Are you starting now?
I am going into the fight right now.
Oh, good luck. I'm just about to start climbing up the bridge. So
All right, thank you.
only about 30 seconds behind.
Yeah, very, very close.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, even though I know how to do this bridge backwards and forwards, this is something that still gives me a heart attack to this day because I have lost runs to just missing this jump, like, in a really dumb way. Okay, we're good.
All right. Let's go. Whoo.
Did you
got
get
it? Yeah, I got it.
Nice!
Whoo.
I literally can't look up because I just activated the fight, so hang
All
on.
right, good luck.
Thank you!
Oh, no plant. Oh, God. No.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, hitting the plant on this one, if you get the Space Jam, is really, really important because otherwise guys can like flip you upside down or potentially accidentally drop you off. Like,
Always
it's
fun.
a whole thing.
It's a good time.
Oh no! Okay, so I got the thing where it would have been a launch, but then the camera hates me today apparently.
Please stop.
It was turning all sorts of weird ways, so I'm doing recovery instead.
Hey, we get everybody at home gets to see the 2 of the ways to do this.
Yeah. So Jade was able to get the full launch, and then what I'm doing is if we don't hit the actual launch itself, we can actually follow the animations of him moving around the sword afterwards, after he pulls the sword back up and basically grab onto that belt. So I'm gonna be working on the head here in just a second.
Ruby, something happened.
Oh no, what happened?
I fell off, guys.
I just glanced down and saw you on the ground. Oh, that's the what happened.
Oh god. So
that's a plant. Yes.
Nice.
Sorry, we both tried it so hard to get a plant. Okay, yes, go ahead.
I yeeted too much going down the back, and
Oh no.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
Okay,
did you do cuff jump or did you do belt?
I did belt. Basically what happened is I think that I had the right jumps for the trajectory, but sometimes if you're a little too far to the right, the camera will flip a really weird direction. So instead of being behind Wander so you can aim it, it swings full on to the right. And I was like, I don't feel like messing with that today. So I just sent Wander back towards the sword and did the belt instead.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. That was still a solid recovery. I think I only lost like 20 seconds, which is not bad.
No, not bad at all. And as you can see, like hitting Space Jam is great, but if you mess up on the plant on the head and fall off Gaius, you can lose a lot of time.
But you just killed him. Okay, so
yep, I just killed him. I'm good.
I now think that we just did a immediate flip of now you're like 15, 20 seconds behind me. Which is, that's still super close, and we both have so much time saved. There are so many colossi where things could go.
Oh my god.
Horribly wrong.
Yep. Avian.
Avian. Oh god, who else? Hydrus. Hydrus is a big one.
Yep.
But we're both headed towards Phaedra right now, or Baedra, as a bunch of us affectionately call her. Who, like, I've always said she's a horse, but I've heard every animal in the book, like a llama, giraffe, spider, dragon,
Spider? You've heard spider?
Yeah, because of the legs, just the way that they're like so lanky. I have actually heard spider for this one, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, moose was something one person said.
Oh, okay. Antlerous moose. I can see it.
Humpless camel.
Humpless camel. I mean, she's got a little hump. It's okay.
She's got a little hump.
Just little ones.
Just a little.
And sometimes she twerks.
Oh, and sometimes she twerks. We'll see if either of us get that glitch. But the way that it works is if you look to the left here, you can see that there are a bunch of like tunnels in her arena. And what you would normally do in just the intended version of this game, so playing casually, is trick Phaedra into like losing track of you and being like, where did you go? By going into one of those tunnels, coming out the other side, and then her lowering her butt ladder so that it's low enough and you can grab onto it. But what we're gonna do instead is, if you launch yourself off of aggro, it actually gives you enough height and you're going at a quick enough speed, since your body is going at the same momentum hers is, to launch yourself directly onto one of her back legs and just jump straight up. So let's see if I get it.
Good luck.
Thank you. This is another thing that like should be easy for. Yay! Okay, cool. I got it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's simple once you like know how it works, but also can go horribly wrong. And when it does, you can lose anywhere from like 15 seconds to 10 minutes, depending on how long it takes you to recover.
Yep. And I nearly fell off, and that was terrifying. Oh. Phaedra's gonna give us a little booty shake. No shakeless Phaedra, it's fine.
Yeah, my shakes were all on the neck. Don't. Okay, we're good. Have you ever jumped over the metal on the neck and then she moves the head right at that moment, but you just barely magnet hands on and save yourself?
Oh, I just watched you do that. That was terrifying.
Yeah, there's a reason why I made that noise.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
We're good. She's down.
Okay. She's dead. We're so close.
Oh my god. That's like 5 or 10 seconds of difference.
Yep.
Let's go. Heck yeah. Also, if people, by the way, I know we're going to be talking about these strats and the game and also just having fun because we're friends and like racing this game together as we go through the fun. If people have any additional questions about Shadow of the Colossus, about some of our lore and theories, or just additional questions about some of the more in-depth mechanics, please feel free to ask in chat. We both, at least I can see it. I don't know about you, but
I can see it.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Also, make sure that you donate money to the amazing cause. Please do it.
Yes. Do that. Do that.
Yes. All the money goes to the ACLU. Please help.
Please help.
I know.
Oh no, Burger's here. Can I ask if it fears the flame? You sure can.
One of the colossi in particular fears the flame.
Sure does.
One of them absolutely does, and it's the cutest thing ever. But right now we're headed towards one of the colossi that, in any percent runs especially, we all fear and show reverence. Because if you mess up this colossus and get what we call a wet avion, then you lose basically upwards of 2 minutes. So there are very it's very rare that you can get a PB with an Avion drop, except for Jade, who got a 104 the other day and had an Avion drop in it. So heck yes.
Yep. So if you're really quick, you can if you're quick on the remount, gosh darn it, Agro, come on. She bonked on the wall.
Of course.
Yep. But
she loves her rocks.
She loves her rocks and her ferns and her trees and her hills.
Trees, but not grass. Keep her away from grass.
No, grass is terrible.
We'll get to what that joke actually means in a little bit, I promise.
Yeah, it'll be after this Colossus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, if you're really quick on the remount on Avion, you can lose like about a minute 20, maybe a little less. But it's still a chunk of time that you're just sitting there going, I failed.
And you're kind of at the disposal of her RNG. Like, I had one run where I got an arrow in her really fast, even though I dropped to the water. And she, instead of immediately getting aggroed and going, oh, I'm going to sweep down towards you, her eyes went red, which is the indicator that a Colossus, like, now is focused on you and is angry and you have its attention. But she did like 3 or 4 just circles around the whole arena, and I kept having to shoot her before she finally actually did the animation I needed.
Oh, yep. That has happened to me, and that's not fun.
No, not really. So this is a bird Colossus, and what we mean by a wet Avion is if you fall off this Colossus and hit the water, then it takes a lot of time to remount her. But basically what we're going to be doing here is she has 3 sigils, one on her right wing, one on her left wing, and one on the very, very back of her tail. So there isn't a lot of RNG at this run with a few exceptions, and this Colossus is one of those exceptions. Because once we mount her, she could either take that right wing after we stab it up or down, which will allow us to do one of 2 different kinds of wing drops to the opposite side. So I'll see if I can do it here and kind of let it speak for itself.
Good luck.
Thank you. I know you probably just... Oh, you're just getting on. Oh, wow, we are so close.
Yep, I got a wing down.
I got wing up.
Okay, tail second.
Okay. It was a half wing drop, but still a wing drop. So I'll take it.
I was being extra safe.
Oh god.
Oh no.
She didn't let me do just the pop off the wing, so instead I had to do an awkward run and hope that she didn't throw me, but that's okay.
Okay.
We're on the tail, and Avion down.
Okay, oh no! She got the one last lapse.
Did we seriously get to show off the upwing and the downwing? This is
Sure
hysterical.
did.
And we did the full launch and then the belt strat, so we were able to show off a full speed run strat and the
Oh,
back
please!
belt.
Avion. Aviva.
Avion,
No!
why?
Aviva, no!
Oh, did you have to do tail first?
Yeah, I did do tail.
Oh,
Or no, tail second. Okay,
Or, I'm
Avion
sorry,
down.
tail second, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yay!
Oh, we
Aviva.
so there's a funny story with Aviva. So there's a game mode in this game. In New Game Plus, you get mirrored world. So it takes the entire world and like puts a mirror to it.
Yeah, it flips it horizontally, and for speedrunners, it's horrifying.
It was probably the most glorious and horrifying thing ever, trying to do the tricks but backwards. So yes, and we, as a joke, we mirrored the Colossi name. So Avion is Aviva, and sometimes in cries of anguish, we refer to them as their mirrored counterparts.
So a few like highlights that are some of my favorite just to say. So Aviva is one that's great. Basasab.
Basasab, yep.
Basaran. And then Pelagia, which is number 12, is just Pelelep.
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 I love Pilot Lip.
So right now we're headed to Colossus number 6, which is Barba. And the joke we were making a minute ago about her really loving to like hit and kiss rocks and trees, but being afraid of grass, is because Blue Point basically programmed something into this particular version of the game where if aggro is on a set path and you're hitting the move aggro button over and over, which is our best way to keep up her momentum, she will keep moving at top speed, but as she gets on a more narrow path, she'll regularly slow down. So if you notice right now, like I did a kickstart for her, but she keeps slowing down, so I have to repeatedly kickstart her. Because they wanted you to be able to take in the scenery and see how beautiful their game is, which for speedrunners is a pain. The main reason it's a pain is for some reason, in this forest, she loves to just run into trees randomly or run into the sidewalk. And if you kickstart her and do that kind of back and move forward animation while she's on top of a much taller patch of grass, she'll just panic and stay in place for a minute while going, I don't want to move. So our joke is that she loves kissing trees and rocks, but she's terrified of grass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ferns are dangerous. I'm not sure if you were aware.
Is a shrubbery?
Yeah.
I learned this from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh God, no! Is she the Knights Who Satan be?
God, I was raised on that movie, and the fact that Spamalot now exists makes me so happy.
Yes.
Makes me so happy.
Yeah.
But yes, so the forest we refer to jokingly as the 17th Colossus, and then the 18th Colossus is the camera. But right now we're actually headed towards number 6, which is Barba. And there are a few different strats we can use for this one. So this is a bearded Colossus. Normally the game wants you to go to the very back of the arena and hide so that he lowers himself to look for you and you can grab onto the beard. But one of the potential skips we could use here is a cutscene skip, where if you skip the cutscene at exactly the right moment, most of us look for either a notch on the wall or a line on the wall as it goes down. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Then you can actually spawn in the air right next to his beard and then grab on. So it saves you having to do like a full mount of the Colossus. And then if one of us misses it, there is another way we can recover by jumping into his hand and then riding the momentum of him lifting it up to jump up to his face. So good luck.
Yep. Good luck to you too.
Thank you.
I gotta get real close to my screen for this one.
I got it.
Nice.
Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, so by waiting for a specific line to fall down into the floor, I was able to get that cutscene skip and land directly on his beard, so I don't even have to worry about mounting. Oh, that was
Okay, I think
gorgeous.
I got it. Yep, got it.
Yeah, nice!
Yeah!
I did that.
Oh, God. Barba, please.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, Barba's got places to be.
Oh, see, yours is moving. Mine is Mr. Shaky Shakes.
Yeah, he just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, Barb likes to meme people a lot on once you're in the second half of the fight, because if he moves too far forward, he'll activate a cutscene breaking down that first barrier. Barba's down, by the way.
Nice.
Thank you. And then when you're on his back, he may do a bunch of shakes, and there's no real way to get a plant on his back because you're not on like a flat surface that you can grab onto. And when you're hanging or upside down, it's near impossible to hold onto a plant. And in fact, if you turn fully upside down on a Colossus and you have a plant, that's a bad thing because Wander would just let go. So like another thing that could have happened on the bird Colossus, Avion, is if one of us had gotten a plant while she was doing the barrel roll, that just immediately sends you down into the water. There is no way to save that.
Please.
And that has actually happened to me on Gaius before, where if you get a plant too far forward on the head, and then he leans all the way down forward, you'll just drop straight down in front of him. Yeah, nice.
Ooh, God. Yeah. No.
Did you get a
plants
bunch of leaves on the back? What happened?
Yeah, I did.
Yep. Just lots of shakes.
Yep, lots of shakes. Couldn't.
I got lucky. He didn't walk far enough forward that I got the cutscene. It was just shakes.
Yeah. No, I was doing the stab and re-grab, but I was getting bad grabs. So Wander would dangle by a hand, and it wouldn't. He'd be already starting to shake by the time I got like actual footing in order to do a stab. So
Yeah, so you couldn't do any of the cancels. Oh, that
nope.
sucks. Okay. Okay, but hey, we both got the skip there, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
God, this is so close. Like, so for full disclosure, Jade and I did a few practice races in lead up to this, and pretty much in all of our one-on-one practice races, we were within 2 minutes of in-game time of one another. I think this is the closest we have been on one of these races.
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. You were definitely right.
God, that's crazy.
But yeah, no, for reference also, Ruby and I are like right next to each other on SRC leaderboards.
Yep,
So.
You're a 104, I'm a 106 when it comes to this particular category of any percent normal.
Yep.
So, yeah,
So.
we're probably the closest comparably in like our general grouping on the chart right now, which is amazing.
Yep. Running
Yeah.
on the same FPS and the same console, so makes things for like races a lot more fair as far as like a viewer standpoint, because because you can play this game on PS4 Pros and PS5s, and they have faster loading times, so it'll look like the PS5 player, even if they're behind, it looks like they're ahead because of loading screens.
Well, and on top
Or
of
loading
that,
times.
so yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point to bring up. So since we're playing on both like standard PS4s and on 30 frames per second, Jade and I, when we're racing, it's actually pretty accurate, unless we have like a death reset or something. And on the main chart for this game, everything that we go by when it comes to ranking on the chart is based on the in-game time, which you would see after the main credits roll. So once they fully finish and you go back to the main menu, that will show you the actual in-game time that would go on the chart. So there are a lot of times in races where we'll wait until the end of the credits specifically to see what that timing is, because if you're really close, you could have one person win in real time, and then because maybe the other person had just like a few death resets, which don't actually use in-game time once you die, but they use more real time. That can actually cause someone who won in real time to be the loser in in-game time. It's fascinating to see how it plays.
Yep.
And we're headed towards Hydrus right now.
Ah, yes, beloved Hydrus. So, yeah. Hydrus, there's a fun skip. By fun, I mean terrifying. So if you place yourself within a very specific place in Hydrus's arena and do a jump stab at a certain camera angle and direction, you can cause Hydrus to do an animation where she cocks her head, and you can jump onto her neck and right next to where the head sigil is, and immediately start jump stabbing away. Otherwise, you have to wait the full. Oh, good luck.
10. Thank you.
Otherwise,
Sorry,
you have to wait.
continue.
No, you're good. But yeah, otherwise you have to wait and grab onto the back of her tail, and then travel all the way up the body.
If she shows you mercy and actually lets you get the tail, sometimes she just won't.
Yep.
No! Oh no, I missed it.
Oh no!
That was unfortunate. Okay, well, I'm trying to grab onto the tail. I'm going for backup. Oh please, oh please, oh please, oh thank God. Don't you dare. Okay. So I'm gonna be showing the backup strat where if you don't get the jump stabs that is the first time I've missed that 90% in a really long time, which honestly, on one hand, like, it's sad that it's happening now that I didn't get the right strat. On the other hand, I'm really proud that I've gotten this so consistent, because this one's a toughie.
This one is tough, and I also missed it.
No!
Well,
if one of us dies.
Hey!
But the way that the backup strat works is you grab onto the tail if she gives you that mercy, because sometimes she'll just go way too quickly or she'll go too far away from you, and you just can't grab on. So what we're gonna do here... Oh, no. I think I'm gonna... No! Oh, I didn't die! Oh, I didn't die!
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
A sliver of health!
Oh, God.
I don't know how I just saved that. In order to do the backup, you have to roll up the back as quickly as possible. You don't want to take out the other nodes because they start a timer for like, oh, Hydrus is going to go down back in the water after X amount of time. Okay, Hydrus down, thank God. Ha!
Okay, I'm gonna die. Oh, no, this sucks. Oh, God. I got caught up in weapon swaps.
No!
Yep.
Oh, I just saw him like lift the sword.
Yep. I tried to do a double roll at the end.
But you get second try. You get second try at the strat. That's great. I basically was able to roll all the way up, tank the damage. Unfortunately, Jade got really, really close to the front, but not quite there. It's a danger of doing the backup strat, honestly. It's like just losing your health. But Jade can try the full strat again to get Hydrus to cock her head to the side, so good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. But that's the backup that I just showed you. We'll see how it goes for Jade.
Please. Hydrus. Hydrus. Hydrus.
Chatter saying Jade needs a doctor, or does Jade have the secret weapon ready? Dr. Pepper? I need you all to know that Jade and I were planning on toasting this run with Dr. Pepper's, and then I just got so busy cleaning the house that I wasn't able to go out and get a Dr. Pepper, so alas, Jade has one and I do not.
This is true, and also Hydrus. How dare you?
What? Oh, again?
Yep.
No. Oh, you're just going for a mercy kill at this point, aren't you?
I was trying to, yeah, but...
Oh!
Yep. So, well, I got her attention again right away, which is great.
Yeah, that's really good. Here, I'm watching this, hang on.
Oh, I got her attention right away, and I missed her tail. Oh, goodness. So, yep.
I just, please keep talking while you do that. I'm gonna go back in chat just to make sure we didn't miss any questions.
Oh, yep. Good idea. This is where Hydrus can kill a run, which is very, very fun. So now I just have to flounder up here like a delectable morsel, so that way Hydrus... Hello, dear. Will you come here? I am tasty snack. Will you please feast upon me? Thank you.
You can pet it. Me. Also, I want you to know, because we're both cat people and cat parents,
Yes.
Thanamir in chat said my cat is watching the run intently and she never watches Twitch with me.
Aww.
Which is adorable.
That is adorable. Yes, we are both cat parents. I have 3 very interesting creatures.
They're so big and majestic.
They are big and majestic.
And I have a little itty bitty baby gray tabby, and she didn't realize, that biting wires is bad. I'm trying to train her out of that, but she is in the other room right now, so if you hear pitiful meowing, that's probably coming from my side.
Yep.
Unfortunately. Okay.
Idris, you're kidding.
What just happened?
Wander was stuck in such a way to where on the edge I tried to get up, and he just slipped off into the water.
That has happened to me before. It is the most annoying crap.
Oh my god. Hydras, please.
Gaius Ferrari is about to go to Flavor Town is one comment that I missed on the way to Gaius, and I love it.
It's scary.
Also, hi, usurpering. Okay, let's see. why is Bosseron the best Colossus was a question we got, and my answer is he's not, and he's my arch nemesis, and I hate him.
Where's Donner? You're going into Kuro.
I am. Okay, so I'm going to break down this fight while you work on Hydrus. So I'm going into the next Colossus fight, which is Kuromori, number 8. We notoriously call this one a gimme Colossus because even though it is very terrifying for casual players, when you speedrun this fight, it's actually the easiest in the game. So I'm going to start with just whistling at the very start. That way it gets her attention and she'll immediately start climbing up. Then I'm going to go to the bottom tier so I can get a solid arrow shot. She's gonna position her legs so I can shoot her off the wall. And the way that you beat this fight is essentially as she falls. Oh, I got the belly! That was beautiful.
Oh, nice.
I fully caught the belly. Oh, that was gorgeous. So as she was falling down after I shot her legs, I was able to grab onto the belly, which is extremely hard to do. I've been working on that recently. I'm really glad that happened. And from there, you just do 2.5 stabs to each of the sigils, and just like that. I think that was probably like 40 to 42 second Kuromori. That was incredible. Kuro's down.
Yeah, I'm watching it. That's a beautiful Kuro.
Mm-hmm. That was like ideal. That was chef's kiss.
Yes, that was chef's kiss for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that belly grab is a lot harder than it looks, by the way.
Yeah, so I know I mentioned earlier the cycle stabs that if there is a certain sigil at an incline, you can actually do very quick let go re-grabs as you go through the different stabs. So the first sigil on Kuro's belly that I hit is one of those places. So if you run up and make sure you're on an incline on Kuro's belly, you can actually do cycle stabs, which save you a ton of time. And especially on hard mode, that is so important. You actually can't beat that fight in one cycle if you don't get cycle stabs. But I was able to get them really solidly and then finish off the fight. So it was a very quick Kuromori. And I hope that yours is just as smooth, Jade.
Oh, yes, thank you. Now, Ruby is heading towards Bosseron. Their favorite. Not favorite. Their favorite to kill, for sure. So
my favorite to see die. Let's put it that way. Not to kill, just to see die and watch him burn. Does that make sense? Yeah.
That sounds about right. So Bosseron is a big heckin' little turtle boy who's got the cutest face, and we're gonna murder him. But
we go all these innocent colossi. We murdered them.
But yes, he's just a little turtle that's sitting in a cave in front of a bunch of geysers. The intended way to do it is you lead him out of the cave in front of one of the geysers, where the geyser is pushing water into his belly, and it makes him unstable on his feet. You shoot the tendons in his foot, and he rolls over, so you can grab off the belly fur and climb all the way up to the shell. So what we're going to do, we're going to skip all that.
Slow.
Because that's way too slow. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is, what Ruby's going to do right now is, are you going for the side launch?
So there are 2 strats here. The faster one is the side launch, and I'm good at it in boss rushes, but I suck at it in any percent. So I'm going to be going for the strat I feel much more comfortable with that only loses me about 10 seconds versus the other one, and that's the rib strat. So you'll see the other one from Jade. You'll see rib strat from me. So feel free to break that down while I do this, because...
Good luck.
Yeah,
no, so rib strat... there's a portion underneath of his shell, which we refer to as his ribs. Ruby will go under the left side of boss, jump off of aggro onto a portion where you can actually latch onto. Boss will rear his little feet up, and then that causes Wander to be positioned right above of Bosseron's leg, and you can drop off of the leg to then jump on top of his shell, and you can climb up his back.
I am on the head.
Nice, good job. And I will explain the side launch in a second. I am starting Kuro.
Once I finish this, I can explain side launch so you can focus on your fight. We talked about this beforehand, and we're like, hey, are there any colossi that you're like, I hate this one, and please you do the talking? And this was mine, but that went really smoothly, thank God. The one thing I will say is this one is also really hard to hit a plant on, so you can get a plant on this boss technically to make it a lot easier to do the stats quickly, but the plants are extremely finicky, and sometimes even if you get a plant, he'll still shake you out, which is very, very strange, and I don't like it.
No, yeah. So yeah, he's a shaky boy. Okay, so all right.
He's a shaky boy. Okay, boss down. Yay.
Okay, Kuro down.
Incredible, GG's.
Yes, GG. So, boss side launch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit there and wait for boss to do a leg movement upwards with his from Wander's perspective, it's gonna be his left leg. So I'm gonna wait until I hear a stomp. But until then, I'm gonna pet Agro because she's been a good girl. So I'm gonna give Agro a few heckin' pets while we wait, and give her a couple pats, and then I'm gonna jump onto his right leg, and then while he does that, same movement that he did with Ruby when they grabbed the ribs, I'm going to be launching off of that bracer onto his forehead.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those strats that it's so crazy to execute it because it's nothing like what is actually happening on screen. Just the amount that you jump to the side and the amount of force that kind of goes behind you, but it's also one of the coolest to witness. The boss side launch is really, really neat.
Yep, there are two Colossus that use the side launch, which is Boss, and the 15th Colossus Argus.
Yep. And Argus is Jade's arch nemesis, whereas Boss is mine. So I'll be explaining that fight when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Argus is one of those places where, like, it can go really smoothly. If you mess up on that fight, I've seen it happen to so many speedrunners. It's happened to me so many times of you may be on PB pace, and then you have, like, 4 or 5 resets there and just can't get the timing, and suddenly you're behind PB pace. It's a place where you can lose a lot of time.
I've definitely not lost 5 minutes to Argus before, choking repeatedly on trying to get the launch or trying to get into the hand. It's good. It's great. I'm not bitter.
God, no, trust me when I say I've been there. I think my first run that I submitted where I actually started incorporating strats, because my first run I ever did was before I knew any of the strats. I was just doing intended, essentially. But the first time that I submitted strats, I was doing really, really well, and then I think I spent like 10 or 15 minutes on Argus.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was rough, and that was my PB for a while on the chart, like at least a month or so. All
right, going into the boss.
Ooh, good luck, good luck.
Pet Augur once, twice. Give her a third pet. I heard the stomp. Now we go.
I'm watching. I'm so ready.
There we go. So I did it off the first tier bracer, so I got to his jaw instead of his forehead.
Still beautiful, though. Still well done.
Oh, okay, that was spicy.
So yeah, depending on the place that you side lunge from, you can do it from that first tier. It's more ideal to do it from the second tier to get immediately onto the head, the forehead versus just the jaw. But you can still do launches and get very quickly to that sigil versus having to use the geysers or anything else by just doing that side launch in the right position and timing. So well done.
Thank you. Also, funny enough, you can actually launch to his face from his ankle, which I have done. It's just very hard.
I've done it a few times before, but more often than not, I end up accidentally, like, if I end up on the bottom tier, I'm also usually a little too far over to the left, which if you're too close to the left or too far around the back, you can't make it work.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
It's very specific, and it's honestly just a meme. It's not like it's like a viable strat.
Okay, so he's down. I'm about to activate Dirge. So let me break down this fight now that we're in it. So Dirge is Colossus number 10. He is a sandworm. So essentially the way this fight breaks down, you may have heard us mentioning one cycles on Hydrus, and there are a few other Colossi where it's really important. Basically, some of the Colossi, after you take out one sigil or a certain amount of damage, a timer will reset in their AI, basically saying, all right, just throw Wander off and reset everything, and you go back to the beginning animation. So for this fight, in this instance, it would be, oh, come on! You were right on that pillar!
Oh,
He
did he
glanced
skirt
on the
or...
side, yeah. But that was unfortunate. Getting the pillars is ideal because it's just a lot faster, but hitting the wall is fine. So what I'm going to do here is a specific amount of damage to try and get a one cycle. So I'm going to do a full stab, 0.5 stab, and then a 0.95 stab. And if I did that correctly, I think I did. That looks right. That looks right. So if I did the right amount of damage here, with precision stabs, this will also apply to a bunch of other Colossi in the future where we do a certain amount of damage in order to try and one-shot a Colossus. Okay, yes. Oh, okay. Dirge down.
Nice, GG. I was gonna say, I watched your stabs. Yeah. That 0.8 or 0.9 or whichever it is. I was like, oh no, is it a sliver? Is it a sexy slash?
I thought the same thing, but we made it, and that's what matters. But yeah, so if you want to know also what we're talking about when we refer to like the 0.5 stab or the 0.95 stab, if you look in the bottom corner, you'll notice that there's the yellow meter. That indicates stamina as well as breath. So that shows like how much grip we have and this, that, and the other. But there's a white dotted line that will also appear as you're charging up a stab, and when it reaches the far edges, that means that a stab is fully charged. So what we do for those one cycles is calculate based on that circle how far out that dotted line goes to know how much damage we're doing and try and get under a certain threshold. That way we can kill all of their damage at once without it going over the threshold that would make their animations reset. So it's very technical and bizarre, but from here on out, there are a lot of Colossi that one cycles are really important with. So like number 12, it's really important, as well as a bunch of others, number 13. So you'll see us referring to like precision stabs and one cycles a lot more coming up. I'm gonna plug in my computer.
Oh, is it dying? Oh, yep, I see that.
I didn't realize before this.
Oh no. Yeah, thankfully, if the controller dies, the game pauses, so it doesn't count towards in-game time.
Yes, but also I would rather the game not pause and be able to just continue forward.
That is fair. Oh yeah, no. And Agro is really, really good about pathing herself, so she can just run across that bridge, not a problem.
Yep, the only problem is if you go to the end of the bridge and you're still just hitting the X button or the go aggro go button, she'll curve towards the right, which would have been towards Quad's arena, and that is not where I wanted to go. So if you decide to like get a drink of water or to walk around, which some of us will do while we're in the travel time, since it's a section where you can like take a breath, calm down for a minute, breathe. If you aren't paying attention to where to steer her, sometimes she'll just go off in a completely different direction than you actually want her to go. So knowing when to turn at the right time is really important. And I was gonna say, I know that we haven't heard much at this moment, but are there any like donations to be read or announcements, anything like that?
Not sure.
I don't. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not hearing anything. So, but if there is anything, please, staff, feel free to let us know. Question. Will Agro still autopilot herself in the earlier games, or was that a new thing for the remake? Yeah, so that was a newer thing for the remake that the designers, so Bluepoint Studios specifically built in, I believe, as
Yep.
well as Agro slowing down on certain paths. That's at least how I understand it.
Yeah, and I've recently gone through and played like the PS2 and PS3 versions, like especially the Forest One Cycle Dirge.
Nice.
Um, is it's actually quite barren, and you can just power run through the entire thing. It's super quick, super easy. Oh, yep, and there's Agro just running into the wall and just having a good old time over in the sand. Bye,
So,
Agro.
I am on Celosia, so I should probably talk about this fight for a second, huh?
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Celosia, this is our sweet, sweet boy who is afraid of fire. I call him my little lion because lion was actually the name that the devs used for him. Oh, excuse me. You're in my hand. Why did you hit me? That was rude. So the small boys, there are two colossi who are incredibly tiny, like this one I'm fighting now. They are known for the fact that they can instantly stun lock you if they hit you, and they move incredibly quickly. But the way that this particular Colossus fight works is I grabbed that torch as soon as he hit the first beacon, and I lit it because he is afraid of fire. So what the game essentially tells him is once Wander nudges you over to the cliff. Oh, I could have done a second jump stab. I just didn't think about it because I was explaining. Celosia down.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. So basically what happened in that fight is as long as Celosia is close enough to the cliff's edge and you're holding a lit torch, that tells Celosia, okay, you're gonna fall off this cliff now, the armor's gonna break off your back so that Wander can get access to it. So normally it expects you to kind of swing the fire in front of Celosia's face, and then will edge or will go backwards slowly towards that ledge. But by just dropping the stick and picking it back up repeatedly while it's lit on fire, you can basically tell Celosia, oh, I'm not holding the fire anymore, I'm not scary, and she'll run towards you. And then you pick it up again, that tells her, oh, I'm scared again, while she's close enough to the cliffside, and it just gets you into that cutscene a lot faster. So that's how it works. Now that we've explained it, you'll actually be able to understand when Jade fights.
I'm almost there.
I kind of explained it at the end of the fight, so my bad.
Oh, gotcha. No, it happens. Oh, goodness. And now you are heading to
Pelep.
Pelelep.
I mean, Pelagia.
Oh yeah, Pelagia.
Yes.
Our good toothy boy.
Yeah, but I'll break that down after this fight. I want to see your Celosia.
Okay. Celosia is my favorite Colossus. So.
Celosia is a very good boy.
Hey chat, what's your favorite Colossus? Put them in. I want to see them.
You said Celosia is yours, and Cenobaby is mine.
Yep, Zenobia is yours.
Yep. I love the small boys. They are definitely two of my favorite Colossi, but
They're so cute.
They're adorable. One of them's a little lion who's afraid of fire, and the other's a bulldog just doing a heck and protect of his city.
Yep.
It's so cute. But the intended fight for Zenobia, I'm the previous world record holder for a category called any % normal intended. And it's basically a category that forces you to use the strats the designers meant for you to use, while still trying to go as quickly as possible. And I personally love that category. And Zenobia's arena is really cool and is hands down my favorite intended fight. Although in the speedrun, that fight is terrifying and very stressful because there's a lot that has to happen really quickly. Okay.
Come here, Celosia.
Did she hit you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay. Oh, she's juking me. Oh, please. Will you just hit me? Okay. She juked me twice.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, no, just kidding. I'm afraid of fire. I don't want to hit you.
The baby. a baby.
Jump, or, okay, stab, and a jump stab, and Seleucia is dead.
Nice. I got the first jump stab and then just forgot to do the second one because I was busy talking about how the fight worked.
Yep.
That moment when
So-
you're talking and you just forget how life and speedruns work, you know? Like you do.
That is the fun. That is the fun one. So, yeah, Ruby's on their way to Pelagia. A very, very interesting Colossus to speedrun because if you do it right, you can get an AI manip to where Pelagia is in the exact right position you need to be for her to jump up onto the platform and expose her weak sigil, which is on her belly. So the first thing Ruby's going to do is get into a position where they can shoot the Colossus in the face and shoot it again. So that way Pelagia will turn her head towards Ruby and they can jump up from the platform, hopefully directly onto their face.
Yeah, there's a really cool strat in this game that we like to call magnet hands, where, so basically, if it works, I'll be using that on the face of this Colossus. If Wander is close enough to a ledge, but like not quite there, sometimes the game will show you mercy and go close enough and just suddenly teleport him close enough to be grabbing onto the ledge. So we call it magnet hands. So we'll see if it works.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so we got favorite Colossi in chat. Zell's is Z-Bird flappin'.
Oh, the bird flopping is a good choice.
Its pork chopper is also the big burb.
Okay, I don't know if I did the arrows in the right timing, but
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
If you want to break down the fight while I do this, that would actually be amazing.
I know, I got you. So, So, what Ruby's gonna do is hit the teeth in a certain way to get Pelagia to move towards the gazebo, so that way we can, or they can jump off, and then Pelagia is going to do a animation where she's heckin' mad that she got her teeth knocked by a sword, and I would be too. So she's gonna try to electrocute us. Well, we're gonna animation cancel that by jumping again directly back onto her face, and that cancels the animation, and if she is squared up correctly on the gazebo, she will actually lift herself up, and
Her
looks
RNG
like
isn't a butt, which it decided to be a butt, even though she was squared off.
Yep.
And I'm a sad bean.
Oh no. And sometimes that happens, and Pelagius just says no. So what Ruby has to do now is reposition Pelagia in order for them to be squared up onto the gazebo, so that way Pelagia goes, yes, there is room for my big booty to get onto this gazebo. And she's giving you a heckin' time. Oh, there we go.
I think this is it. I think this is it. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay.
GG.
Pelagia is down. The belly is also one of the really tough parts of this, on top of like the RNG of sometimes Pelagia will do the animation cancel and sometimes she'll just decide nope and then keep shaking her head. But the final piece of this that makes this Colossus a very, very hard fight and one that can kill a run really easily is once she actually jumps up onto the gazebo, you grab onto her belly and you have to do 4 very specific types of stabs. Either the first or the second one needs to be a 0.95 stab. So like as close as you can get to the edge of the circle without actually being all the way out at the edge of the circle. And then 3 full stabs. So usually the order that people will do is 1 full stab, a 0.95 stab, and then 2 more full stabs. But I know Jade does it in the opposite order and does the 0.95 first. So if you overstab, you can adjust, right?
Yep, I am a weird bean, and I do my precision stabs first.
Mm-hmm.
Not as far as
bean, just a bean that's doing the thing that works for you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm gonna give Pelilip some arrows.
Heck yeah. And I've stopped shooting her face because there are a few places on some of the Colossi where if you shoot it with an arrow,
Frick.
it will just go through her.
Yep.
So like Malice has 1 or 2 of those placements, and Pelagia is another one that there's a particular place on her head that if you shoot it, the arrow will just phase through. So I'll shoot her shoulder instead most of the time now, just because she'll still do the animation as long as you get the timing right, but there's way less likelihood of phasing through. Oh, you had to do the side climb? Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm very curious how yours goes. And I'm headed towards Phalanx next, Colossus number 13. So this is one Colossus that... This is a game where you are playing the protagonist, but you are not the hero. And this is the Colossus where the designers really wanted to make it clear that that was the case. Because this one's a pacifist, unlike a lot of the others that will like immediately start fighting you and try and hurt you, or will fight to defend themselves. This is a Colossus that no matter how much you hit her, she will never attack you. The most she'll do is try and fly away or submerge herself in sand.
One cycle.
Oh, nice!
Whew.
Well done, GG.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead and continue.
Oh, no, you're good. Basically the way this fight works, it's really important to get a 1 cycle here. So I'm going to be shooting. There are 3 air sacs on her stomach that will allow her to fly a lot higher. So the very first thing I'm going to do when I get into this fight is shoot those. And Jade, if you want to break down the rest of this, because I'm literally about to activate the fight.
Oh, yep. So, yeah. So, Ruby's going to activate the fight, and then Phalanx is going to appear. So what you have to do is shoot the air sacs underneath of Phalanx, so that way she gets low to the ground, drops her wings that have like little ledges all the way up, and that is where you're meant to climb. So right alongside of Phalanx, and jump off of Agro to get onto one of the wings, so that way you can climb all the way up. And Phalanx has 3 sigils that we're going to be using precision stabs on. Each of them requires 1 full stab and 1.9 stab, and that will do enough damage to each of the sigils. By the time we get to the 3rd one and fully kill it, Phalanx will die. But doing the 0.9s instead of 2 full stabs will make it so Phalanx doesn't barrel roll. So if you defeat one of the sigils, Phalanx will do a big huge barrel roll, and then very, very shortly after will dive under. And
one of the things that's really cool about this Colossus too, along with some of the others, the reason why that works of like doing less damage is because we've done damage elsewhere. So like with this one, we did like little slivers of damage with each of the air sacs we hit. That's why we can do a little less on each of these and avoid those barrel rolls.
Yep, and same with Dirge. Doing the arrow shot to the eye actually does damage as well.
Exactly. And that is a Phalanx down.
Nice,
Yay.
GG.
Whew. Thank you. And you're headed through the forest and into Phalanx now.
Yes. I'm very tempted to do the IL, but I'm not sure.
Oh my god, wait, do it though.
Okay, do it? Okay. All
I'm
right.
cheering you on, do it!
All right, so I'm going to do a setup where it's IL means individual level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Agro in a very specific position, which will make it the exact position as you would in Time Attack. And I'm going to attempt to do that. And if I do it right, and if Phalanx turns left, I might be able to save a little time here.
Yep. So the big thing that she's going to be looking for when trying to do the IL strat specifically is if you shoot all 3 of the air sacs in Time Attack, we have an actual timer, but in any percent, you really have to just count and hope yourself. But if you can shoot all 3 of the air sacs in under the 12-second mark that timer would hit, that will actually allow Phalanx to go left around the farthest pillar and then dip down really, really close to the sand. And you can jump off of the horse, off of Aggro, and onto the back of the Colossus directly, rather than having to do the full climb up the wing. And then from there would do about the same thing that I had done before of the 1.9 stabs in each sigil. So
I sadly missed the front sack, but that's okay. I did get on Phalanx very quickly. Oh, Sable.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you do hit the air sacs. Also, hi, Sable.
Hi, Sable. There are a lot. Okay, I have to say there are a lot of people from the Team Eco speedrun community here. So I saw Gooperman here, Zelcade and Just Dave and Vanna and Temp are all speedrunners in Shadow of the Colossus. Usurpering and Sable speedrun the entire Tricofecta, and those two, their main focus game is The Last Guardian. And then I know Yusu on top of like the Tricofecta is also the fastest femme speedrunner of Pray for the Gods. So Yusu's had a lot on her plate recently.
Oh, absolutely. Also, PDO's here. Hi, PDO.
Oh, and PDO! Shadow of the Colossus speedrunner. And at this point, you're still top 3, yeah?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
Phalanx down.
Yes! GG!
Yeah, thank you. I think I saved a little bit of time.
I feel like with the IL strat, as long as you don't really, really, really screw up and you can still mount quickly, it's still faster than the regular version, which is about 2 minutes, and your version would probably be like 1:30 to 1:40.
Yep. Oh, and yes, and Theo. Hi, Theo.
Yo, there are so many people in the Team Eco Speedruns community here. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out and support. It's amazing to see you here. And for the people who are watching and either may not be as familiar with these games, or if you see the speedrun and you find yourself interested in it, the Team Eco Speedruns community is really incredible. So if you ever want to join, there are a bunch of beginner help resources that are just fully available for the different games. I know that Sable for Last Guardian made a really incredible beginner's guide for how to get into that run, and Sancho Panda did a very similar thing for Eco. And at least I know for me, before working with Sancho one-on-one, those videos were the main thing that taught me that speedrun, and I use them as reference regularly. So there is a group with open arms.
Oh, absolutely.
To welcome you if you want to speedrun it.
Yep, and I actually just joined like the speedrunning portion of the community February. Yeah, mid-February. So absolutely the most warm and welcoming community I've probably ever been a part of. So if you're even remotely interested in like maybe just learning a few tricks, or if I almost went to Argus.
Okay, Jade, challenge question for you.
Yes.
Are there any speedrun strats that we could just tell people right now, just like fun facts they probably didn't know, that they can immediately implement? Because I already thought of like 3.
Well,
one is definitely, so for Avion, the bird Colossus, the back third of the tail all registers as a sigil. So if you want to impress your friends, as long as you're on that back third, you can still do damage. That's one of mine.
Most people don't know that you can actually quick start aggro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quick starting aggro. If you hold or if you press the go aggro button, depending on which set of controls you use. If you use the go aggro button and pull back on the left joystick at the same time, you'll actually get her to just quick start. Also, you can stand up on her.
Yeah. Another one is, and I didn't even know this until I started speedrunning and joined the community. So for the stabs, if you just press the stab button, it will cause Wander to charge it, but it will be really, really slow. But if you hold the stab button while you are charging it up, that charges it about twice as quickly. Okay,
Yes.
and I'm going into the baby.
Oh, good luck with the baby. Another good one is. Oh wait, no, never mind. Go ahead. If you do, you want me to explain Zenobia?
Either one of us can. I'm good with either.
Okay, cool. So, Zenobia, what Ruby's going to do is going to, see Zenobia and then run the heck away. So, they're going to turn around and go for a tunnel that you jump across into, and then head for the last pillar. We're skipping every single pillar that you normally would have to get Zenobia's attention for. Shoot her with some arrows, make her fell the pillar to get to the next portion of the puzzle. But instead, we're just going to jump into the last pillar and initiate a super jump where you just like clip into it and somehow teleport upwards.
And got wacky as well. Not fully in the cutscene. I basically got to the side wall cliffside and then was able to do the final jump right
Nice.
afterward. Okay, so I was able to get the super jump, which is basically a jump where if you just throw yourself at that final pillar, Wander will launch upwards. So I was able to get that, yay. There is a backup strat here that can be used that was for a long time the fastest version of the speedrun strat called the Kaze jump. But I'm not gonna worry about breaking that down unless Jade ends up needing to use it. Just because like it's a whole other explanation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then the wacky jump that I did was basically by jumping off that pillar in the cutscene as it was collapsing down. I was able to jump onto a part of the cliffside that rather than running all the way across this bottom part of the arena to a ladder that you can see right behind Zenobia right now and then going all the way back up to shoot her, I was able to just jump immediately onto that final platform and get her attention. So that made it a lot faster. That was a gorgeous Zenobia. It wasn't an ideal perfect Zenobia, but it was a beautiful Zenobia, so I will take it.
Nice, GG. I also saw that your jump stab on Zenobia. That was pretty awesome.
That was real spicy. I love when the jump stab immediately goes into a plan. It just, it feels so nice. It feels so good.
It is Chef's kiss for sure.
It is Chef's kiss. And Jade is going into the fight right now, so let me go ahead and give some sports commentary with it. Let's see.
Oh yes. So
yes.
I'm going to attempt to do super jump. I've been having issues with it lately, so you might see Kaze out of me.
Okay. But for now, just like with my fight, Jade is going to be going in and activating the fight right now. Then let's see. We're really close. We're probably only about 2 minutes apart at this point because I just finished the fight and loaded back into the temple, and Jade just started the fight. Like, I know that it seems like we may be a little further apart. We are super close right now, and on these last few colossi, any mistake could mean that we are immediately neck and neck again. God, these races are insane. So Jade's gonna throw herself at that final pillar and be spamming that jump button as quickly as possible. And by clipping in and out, if the jump button is hit at a fast enough pace, oh no, okay. So it looks like Jade wasn't able to get that, but now she's gonna be circling around trying to dodge Zenobia. Again, the smaller colossi are terrifying because of the fact that if they hit you, they will immediately stun lock you and they are super fast. But yes, that's a Kaze. So that jump that Jade just did onto the bridge, by running along the side of the tower and getting that ever so slight extra bit of elevation, and then jumping towards that final bridge, you can hit the grab button right as you're at the apex of that jump. And much like I mentioned before with Colossus number 12, Pelagia, where sometimes if you are close enough to a ledge, but like not quite there, the game will show you a little mercy and magnet hands Wander over to that ledge. Kaze jump allows you to magnet hands onto that final bridge, get over to the pillar. So this is another instance of if you can't get super jump, but you can get this, it maybe loses you 15 seconds max. So it's not that big a time loss, and now Jade's gonna be going for that wacky jump and then finishing the Colossus off.
Okay, did not get wacky, but that's... Oh god, Zenobia, please. I got the extra shot on her, so she's like super aggressive.
Yep,
So
yep.
there's another AI manip that we do with Zenobia, and if you shoot her right before she hits the tower, she arrives really quickly. She gets really mad and will charge you. So if you do miss Wacky, it is very rough because she will hit you more than likely before you can climb up. But I was able to recover really quickly and get her a heckin' arrow so that way she can charge.
Incredible. Yeah, so someone mentioned this in chat. Yeah, so what Jade and I have kind of been doing is if one of us is in the fight but the other person isn't and we're in travel time, that allows us to much more easily be able to talk about the fights and let the other person focus. So that's kind of like basically what we said before this when we were in practice mode was, all right, I hate this Colossus, can you talk about it? Or I hate this Colossus, can you talk about it when we're in the fight? And kind of otherwise, hey, let's just go with the flow and hang out.
Yeah.
And this is kind of what works. So
Yep. But yeah. Oh goodness. But
well
yeah,
done,
no.
yeah, that was a good recovery.
Thank you. So yeah, no. We're actually both quite used to talking. Also, while playing this game, we've also played it enough to just kind of, with a few exceptions, was like, wait, no, I need to focus for a second, like counting the swims towards Hydrus and angry Bossasab.
Yeah, and otherwise we can talk and chat. I am a Twitch streamer right now full time. I'm trying to hit Twitch partner so I can make it my full time for like the foreseeable future rather than on a small timeline. But one of the things that we'll do within my Crystal Crew community is just regular races now that so many people who were a part of my Discord and a part of just my streaming community have started speedrunning the game after watching my streams, or were already streamers of the game that like join my Discord later. So it's really great. Okay, I'm activating Argus. So, okay, Argus, this is a fight that, like, if you blink, you'll miss it. So what I'm gonna do is start off by trying to jump into this hand. Normally you have to hit a weak spot on his arm after taking out the head sigil, with, like, a bunch of breaking of architecture, and that, making him drop the sword is what allows you to then, get to the hand sigil. But by magnet handsing into the hand from his leg, you can actually immediately jump into it and get that stab, even though he's still holding the sword. And from there, I was able to do another side launch, kind of like the one that you saw with Jade earlier in Bosseron. If you side launch off of the knee at the right time as Argus is kind of moving forwards, you'll get that side launch that weirdly teleports you just directly up to his head. This is a beautiful first try Argus. I'm really, really happy with this. The head is being a little memey right now. I'm trying to get
meme stab.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting meme stabs, but I keep not getting plans, and he is swinging me left and right. But there we go. Okay, that was a beautiful first try, Argus. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
I'm super happy with how that went. Wait, we're at 120. Okay, I don't think this is gonna PB, but this is a really solid run.
It is a solid. I would assume very much. Maybe 107, 108.
I feel like it's a little better than the run I did yesterday, so 107 is what I'm gonna guess. But so far, like the main ones I had, so I screwed up Valis. It took me a second to get there. I had a backup on Gaius. Let's see. I didn't get the Hydrus strat. I had to do backup, so that's definitely some time loss. But then outside of that, like everything else has been really smooth.
PDO says PB pace alert.
Wait, really? Wait, really? No.
Really?
No way. No way. Wait, hang on. If it's PB pace, I kind of want to wait for in-game time, but we didn't give an estimate factoring in waiting through the credits. Dang it.
I think we might have though. Like if you finish on time.
And you're not that far behind me.
I'm
then
really not.
We might
We
be
actually,
able to, maybe.
I think so. Oh, you should just check your PB pace.
No way.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
By oh no, I mean oh yes. Let's go.
I mean, that's incredible. I just didn't expect that. Okay, I really need to do well on this final Colossus. Dang, holy crap, hang on.
Hey,
hang on, wait.
Hey, it's Malice. It's okay. It's a gimme. I'm kidding.
Unless he hits you, though, then it's not.
I'm kidding.
Or
No,
unless I get
this.
tic-tacked, like...
Yep.
There's a term that we use in the community for if you were on PB or world record pace, and then something goes wrong. We say this with affection, because Tic-Tac is one of the main organizers for the community who has put together a bunch of the beginner help guides, and is like the world record holder, is an incredible speedrunner of this game. But he has had many a PB or world record run that died on the final Colossus in bizarre ways, and like increasingly bizarre ways. So, yeah. Let me see. Marathon Ruby strikes again. Yeah, apparently.
Oh, please.
Oh, I think you're just a little. Yep.
Yeah, it was too high up in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I didn't break this down because I was in the middle of the fight and trying to talk through it as I went. So that hand grab, when he is holding the sword that we use in the speedrun, is incredibly difficult to hit. You essentially, while you're on the knee, have to pretend that you are not jumping into the hand where the fur is, but you're jumping past it and then hit the grab button at exactly the right moment to magnet hands in. And if you go a little too early, you'll either grab onto the metal wrist cuff, or you'll grab just a little too close to it and it will think that you're on the wrist cuff, and either Argus will immediately start walking forward, or when you try and stab, you'll just get a meme stab and the sword will deflect off. So this timing is incredibly difficult, but it looks like you had a really solid hand this time. Good luck on the launch.
Okay, whoo, we go. And
Got it?
got it. Soup
Yes!
knife. Let's
Heck
go.
yeah.
I don't want to talk about what happened. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
We're
We're not gonna talk about it, okay.
We're not going to talk about it.
But also, Agro. I tried to do the walk forward on Agro while opening the gate thing, and she just decided to turn to the side while I was trying to aim the sword. Oops. Animal warning. Oh yes, so heads up, I am headed towards a bridge, and there is a moment that is going to be coming up in a second, just quick content warning, if you have a problem or if you have a trigger with seeing animals die in like movies and video games and things like that, it is going to appear as though something happens to our animal friend here. But in the credit scene, if we get to see that and wait for the in-game times to see how close these races actually come, because at this point we're so close, I think we're gonna have to look at in-game time. Like, I'm very curious to see. But in that final credit scene, you basically see that she's fine. It's okay. So, during this cutscene, keep in mind that she's fine and she comes back.
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
I say as she plummets into the darkness.
Pablo!
Oh no!
Agro, no!
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what my PB is in real time. Crap. I was not.
Are you?
Oh, come on, Argus! Did he really just space camp you? That was dumb. That should have been it.
That was such a crappy space camp.
Oh, God.
Argus, I thought we were over this. I thought this meme was done.
We like to call it Space Camp. There are sometimes where you'll do a launch, but instead it will just fling you like forwards and away from the Colossus through the air. So I started calling that Space Camp because, you know, you're being flung through the air in a way that isn't actually useful. Okay, let's see.
Hey, we're just seeing more of Argus. Argus is great. Right?
So sorry, Jade.
It's fine. It
The
happens.
really nice thing is, so with Bosseron and Argus, even though like their fights are so hard to hit their strats, there are very conveniently placed cliffs like right next to them. So if something goes wrong, you can do a death reset and just throw yourself off the cliff. So it works.
Yeah, it does. Also, lessens like the hit of in-game time that it takes when you have to retry, which is very nice. As Temp says, deep breath.
Take a deep breath. You got this. I am going into Malice fight, so I'm going to break that down. So this is the final Colossus Malice. What I'm going to do is start with the bow in my hand, because eventually I'm going to need it. And this Colossus has heat-seeking missiles, which are terrifying. Normally, the way that the game expects you to beat this fight is by using a series of barriers and bunkers, and basically running behind those or through those in order to dodge all these hits. But there is a path that speedrunners figured out quite a ways back that actually allows you fully safe passage, and you can avoid all the hits and just get directly into the final tunnel just underneath the Colossus. So it saves a solid 3 or 4 minutes of in-game time. And now, this is an unskippable cutscene, so I'm just going to let it pan upwards. But I had a beautiful pathing there.
Yep, good job.
Thank you. And part of the reason why that pathing works is because whenever Malice hits you with the heat-seeking missiles or tries to hit you, he's actually aiming for your feet so he can fling you backwards. And by running along the ledges of other things underneath you, you can weirdly get it to hit those ledges instead of you because they're really, really close to your feet. So, fun facts. Okay, so for this final part, there are about 5 different weak spots you're supposed to use in order to climb this Colossus, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the very final one first. And of course, my first arrow went through him.
Of course.
Yep. But like 4th or 5th arrow and I got it. So you hit the final weak spot as quickly as you can, and then as he lowers his arm here, I can actually grab on, so that allows me to skip like 2, and then by jumping directly onto his shoulder as he kind of lifts his arm to investigate what the heck this tiny thing is that's stabbing him, he sees it is I, and then I can leap and attack like a little kitten trying to attack their owner's leg. I have no personal experience with that feeling whatsoever.
Nope.
No, none. And now I'm in a plant on his head, so as long as I stab in the right rhythm as he's moving around, then I can take him out pretty quickly. And just like that, Malice is dead. That was a beautiful fight. Oh my god.
Nice, GG.
Thank you. Yeah, hey, out of curiosity, Ruby, I thought you were gonna die. Wait, when? Wait, what happened?
Argus dead.
Yes! Heck yeah, Jade!
Oh god, I hate this Colossus.
I'm so
It's okay, he hasn't memed me like that in so long. Always in races. Always in races.
How many times did you have to retry there?
Oh,
that's
it's
so
like
unfortunate.
10. Like 10.
No! Oh, that's unfortunate.
You're around 35 seconds ahead in real time, according to PDO.
Dang. Okay, yeah, this could actually be a PB.
Nice.
Oh, if I could finally get a 105? Oh, that would be so good.
Breach the 105 barrier. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, my PB right now is a 106 something, so yeah, if the marathon's okay with us waiting through credits, so we can see the in-game times and see how close we actually matched up, that would be amazing. But I don't know. We'll see.
Don't worry, Malice is not going to go the way of Argus.
You got this.
Of course.
it is tradition in the community once you have become the doorman. If you're wondering how we got to this point, play the game and see the plot for yourself. I don't really... It doesn't do it justice for me to try to explain it here without any of the other context, really. But it is tradition for us to blow fire.
Ah, yes. Yes, you have to make doorman blow the blue fire.
Blow the blue flyer. The blue flyer? What am I
The
doing?
blue,
with
the,
that?
the, the, the blue flyer. Yes. Yes. It's very tasty.
Yep, absolutely.
It's Pill. It's okay. No worries.
You should still be within estimate watching credits, I think. I think we are, yeah. Because the estimate we had was 145.
Yep.
Okay, and hang on. Okay.
Oh, yep.
And
time's coming up.
That's time for me. Okay.
Nice.
Keep the timer
GG.
rolling for Jade, but it looks like my time was at 1:32:44.
Nice, GG.
Thank you.
132. That's sub 106. I'm pretty sure.
I'm so curious. Yeah, that's officially 25 seconds ahead of in real time for my previous PB.
Nice.
Oh, because it was a 133 something. Oh, that's awesome.
You did great.
Thank you, and thank you for racing me.
Of course. Happily race you anytime.
And I will say, like, with Jade and I, we both have geeked about this, and I know I said this at the beginning of the run, but our times are so comparable on the chart that regularly Jade will beat me and I will beat her. Like, it's a constant exchange. Like, we never know going into a race, and that's really fun for me versus like racing people who are at the top of the chart, and it's like, oh, I know my butt's gonna get handed to me. I just don't know by how much.
Yep, it's fun. And we were going into this hoping that it was going to be a case of, we're going to be really close and, go back and forth. And we did, which is great.
Yeah, that was something we were really hoping for. And we stayed within a Colossus of each other the entire time. Like, if a single thing had gone wrong on my side, or like if you had a really solid Argus, it would have been something of like getting all the way to the end. We wouldn't know who was going to win.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 minutes behind, maybe.
Yeah, at this point that feels accurate.
Yep.
Yeah. 132:44 was mine in real time, so I'm gonna type that in chat just so I remember.
Right.
So we can compare at the end.
Okay. Agro's gonna take a bubble bath.
Just take a bubble bath. Don't worry about it. Hey, if you look at the credits, something is about to happen literally right now.
Oh wow! This timed perfectly.
That's perfectly. Oh my god! Wait, hang on. So, okay, Agro and Jade's screen is just now like dipping down into the bubble bath, and hang on.
There she comes.
Hang on, it's coming. I'm waiting to hear it.
We're waiting to hear the neigh.
I'm waiting to hear the neigh. And there it is! There's the baby! Surprise, she's back! She survived! She lives!
She teleported, it's fine.
She just teleported from Jade's stream into mine.
Yes.
That's how that works, right?
That is exactly how that works.
Yep. Vanna said, you two racing is always a pleasure, such close times, and it's always a great bit of healthy competition.
Absolutely.
Hang on,
I was having some vine climbing issues. It's fine.
No! I just saw it.
Just a quick dip.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give her good pets, and her foot'll get better. But also, for us to get our IGT for the run to be viable, every single time we do play this game, we do have to watch the credit scene. Which, I mean, I've played through the game many times and watched the credit scene. I lost count at this point, but it never gets old. It is a beautiful credit scene.
Yeah, you get to see just kind of what you left in your wake while you were doing the run. So like seeing where all the colossi are now buried and laying dead. Seeing what happens with this ritual of Mono actually coming back to life and this deity kind of delivering on their promise. But a lot of death happening as a result, as a side effect. So it's a beautiful scene, but this is also something that like usually if we're I know I do this regularly. If I'm in the credits and hanging out with my chat, I'll kind of talk through, okay, here are the things that I know I did wrong, so I can think about it for next run. Here are the things I did really well. And a lot of people will also use that time to just say, all right, we're gonna have a toast to a good run or to a bad run. And then Sancho Panda is honestly one of the runners who does one of my favorite things with the credits, whether it be with Eco or one of the other games he speedruns. When he's waiting through the credits, he will write parody songs based on that game, depending on if it's a good run or a bad run, and play them during the credits. So he has a few that he plays during the Eco credits, and I'm actually trying to write one or two for Eco credits as well. So just inspired by him. Yeah, Sable, I 100% agree. Sancho is an absolute treasure.
Sancho is a treasure. Also, if you're ever wanting to get into speedrunning Eco, Sancho has coached Ruby as well as me, and he'll do whatever. Like he'll stay up with you late, just sitting in your run as you sit there and fail over and over in West Arena. I mean, that's not what happened to me for like 45 minutes.
Oh my god, no way, same.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Yeah, and if you want to learn from newbie runners of that game, but who still love it, hey, Jade and I also speedrun that game now, and once I get back from SGDQ, my plan is the 2 next games that it's like I'm going to be putting so much heart and soul and effort into it are learning TLG. I want to finally get a run on the chart for that game. And then recently I played an absolutely gorgeous game. It is now easily in my top 10. This is still my favorite game of all time, but it is up there. Called Solar Ash, made by Heart Machine. The speedrun for it is gorgeous. The gameplay itself, just story-wise, graphics-wise, everything, writing-wise, is absolutely beautiful. I really can't recommend Solar Ash enough. Trico is ready for you. Sable, I need to schedule a time with you. I'm so excited. I really want to learn it. I can't wait.
I have to finish TLG. I'm about like halfway through the game at the moment.
Oh, you're just doing your casual playthrough still, right?
Yep, casual. Yep, casual playthrough, and then later on I'll be doing the all platforms Trico effect.
Okay, heck yeah.
Go on, get out of here. Stop shooting me. Get out of here. Be gone.
I'll be joining you in Trico soon. Yes!
Okay, we're gonna do some blue fires.
Oh, let me make the baby cry. Fun fact, you can still control Wander even in the credits, and if you hit the call aggro button, you can instead make the baby whine. So I'm gonna make him do some heckin' quies here.
Whee!
Oh yeah, surprise! That's baby Wander reincarnated as a baby because the Dorman took over his body and it got destroyed. Huh? And now he has horns.
We can also make Dorman jump. Oh, I didn't get a jump in, but you can make him jump.
You can.
It looks very goofy.
Oh! I want to see time.
Okay. Time for me is coming up.
Yep. They stopped the timer too early.
Time.
They stopped the timer too early.
Oh no!
Yep.
That's okay.
And now it's time. Okay. Yeah, the moment that Wander's body hits the pool is when time actually hits. Because that's when you lose all control of him. And I'm almost at the end of the credits here. So if we hang out for a few minutes, we can get the actual in-game time and see how close the race really was.
Oh, goodness.
1:41:49 was the exact time according
Oh,
to
yeah.
Dana. Okay,
Yeah, so that-
incredible.
That's an over 110.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make Dorman grab? I think oh no, the sword button is the fist slam. I'm not sure what the grab button does.
Did it. I know that so for me, triangle is just making him jump. I think the X button is the one that makes him blow fire. This is gonna sound weird. I associate the X button with just mouth button because it is the one that makes you yell at aggro to go. It's the one that makes the baby Wander cry, and it's the one that makes Dorman blow fire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just generally things associated with mouth across the board for my particular run. But I know, like, I've been playing this game since the PS2 version, and the reason I started speedrunning it is because it's my favorite game of all time. I fell in love with it when I first played that version. And then in college, I would race it regularly with a bunch of my friends. So it started off as we would pass the controller back and forth and once a year just play through it, and then turned into full, doing a shot between each Colossus kind of drinking races, but they would last 10 hours. I couldn't do that now. I would die. But it was just a fun yearly tradition of ours. And then when pandemic hit and I, as a professional actor, suddenly there was no theater work anymore because everything had shut down, I really turned to this game, and I'm so grateful for it. It's so freaking beautiful. I love this game so much.
It is a beautiful game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Loki has taken flight. I repeat, Loki has taken flight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that sweet IGT soon.
Yes. Oh, and the point I was making initially, because I've been playing it since the PS2 version, I use the classic control scheme. There are a few different control schemes in this game. You can use classic or classic remapped, and then they have a more modern control scheme and modern remapped as well. There are only a few differences as far as one allows you to do something that the other doesn't. So the auto aim for classic is a little bit better than the auto aim in modern, but modern you can do double rolls, which allow you to travel a little bit faster and are really good for the pitless strategy of Malice, for example. So they're really good for IL runners to be able to switch between the two, since classic and modern kind of have their own benefits and detriments to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ruby runs with classic controls. I run with modern.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to do those double rolls that you saw me doing earlier. They can't do those, but they can, however, roll underwater on top of Hydrus if need be.
Which is very important.
Yes.
Very, very important. Yeah.
Very, very important for that backup. Also, doing the Phalanx IL is a lot easier. Because of the auto aim to the front face, but not impossible to do on modern.
All right, I am genuinely curious if this is a PB. Are you cool if I look at in-game time?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I want to know.
What is my PB in in-game time? Hang on. I need to look. Okay, so my in-game time PB on any percent is 106.22. So if I get anything lower than that, then that means that this is a personal best, which is insane.
Does Marathon Ruby strike again?
Yes! 106.03!
Let's go. Whoops, sorry. Let's go!
Oh my god!
It's okay to swear.
Okay. Oh, good. Yay! The voice in the sky tells us it's okay to swear. Yay! We were trying to be good the entire race. Yay! Oh my god! I can't believe that's a PB. That's amazing.
Nice. That's amazing.
It's 3 seconds away from sub 106, though. I was really hoping for that 105, but that's okay.
So close.
I wasn't expecting a PB today at all. That's incredible. I will take that and submit this again. Yes.
GG, Ruby.
Thank you. Oh, that makes me really happy. I want to see your in-game time. I want to see it. Hang on.
Oh, I got a little bit still.
Yep. And while we're in the credits, again, I really can't stress enough. Part of the reason, so as soon as we saw this marathon, I've done one other marathon with really, really longathon before, so really, really lots of lore about a year or two back. But this particular marathon, when I know Jade and I saw it, when Sable and Yusu and I saw it, we all really, really wanted to apply just because, especially with this potential overturning of Roe v. Wade, it is so important for people with uteruses, regardless of their gender identity, to have access to that healthcare. As for a lot of people, it's really important and necessary. So if you have any extra funds that you'd be willing to donate, all of it's going to be going to the ACLU just directly. And I know that for me personally, as well as so many other people involved in this marathon, it means the world and is a cause that we're all really passionate about.
Yeah, absolutely. If you do have the means, please definitely donate. But obviously take care of your own self as well. But definitely a cause to donate to.
Yeah, 100%. Because we've got a few more minutes here. I would love to see that 551 go up a little higher before we hit the credits. Yeah.
Now we get to see the beautiful aftermath again of the broken bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And of the broken ankled.
And the broken ankled aggro. Poor baby. It's okay. She gets better.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon anyway.
I hope she gets better too. I feel so okay. Weird facts from living on a farm. I always feel really bad. I live on a farm property, and there are two things with Agro's plotline that are like very different than real life. One of them is very hard for horses to heal a broken ankle or broken leg. Just their bodies have a really, really hard time with that particular type of healing. And especially putting them on like rest in their stall can be really detrimental for like the other muscles in their body. But the other thing that I didn't know for years and years and years until I started living on a farm is, the horse noises that Agro makes when she's like running across the landscape?
Yep.
Yeah, they're actually I think that when they designed the game, they just chose generic horse noises, because those are the noises of a horse when they're in like pain or where they're in like extreme fear.
It's very uncomfy.
Yeah. So very, very often if I'm playing it and I'm around my roommate who like takes care of the animals and like runs the farm property, I'll turn down the sound effect but keep on the music, because then that turns down Agro's noises. If they ever do any kind of update to this game, I would love for them to update that sound effect. That would be nice.
Yeah, that definitely would make it a lot more comfy, because it makes it seem like we're hurting Aggro a bunch, and that we don't want to do that.
Yeah, but it's so fascinating to me too, because the animations for Aggro and for Wander make a lot of sense. Like when you're horseback riding, you want to regularly be putting pressure with your ankles on their underside or on their side, because that's what tells them to keep moving forward and either keep up pace or to increase their pace. So if you notice, like when we're playing this game, we can't just hit the aggro button once and expect her to keep going. You have to constantly be pressing it in order for her to keep up her momentum. And Wander will be clicking in his ankles to kind of tap aggro sides, which is actually very accurate to horseback riding. So just weird fun facts about this game and the horse.
That they're quite accurate for that reason, but not the sound effect reason.
Basically, yeah. And I have a strong theory that aggro is not Wander's horse, because horses, when they're really, really calm, will often just keep their neck at full, like, lower level, or just full horizontal level with their back. And that's their way of showing that they're really relaxed. And then their ears will often just go towards the directions of what they're listening to. So, like, you can tell if a horseback rider and a horse get along really well if they're being fed and, like, their neck is down and their ears are just pinned towards their owner, because it shows that they're listening in that particular direction. But if their ears are pinned back away from the person, it means, like, they don't want to listen to that, or they're uncomfortable. And their neck being up